Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. In the fall of 1987, four men find themselves reunited with childhood friends for the first time in 10 years. They are drawn together by the mysterious death of a mentor they all cared for together as children. World of Darkness: The Ultimate Evil is a first edition Chronicles of Darkness game that takes place in Bismarck, North Dakota, and is inspired by the Satanic Panic of the 1980s. Remembrance is the first story arc that follows Alex, played by Adam B., Wayne, played by Adam C., Chay, played by Andrew, and Michael, played by Slavic, as they discover the mysteries that surround them in their hometown. If you would like to contact us, you can reach us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
I'll kind of look around like I'm trying to see, like, where did they go? What the fuck just happened? What? Are you guys
you
okay?
guys are all like,
I'm just like
okay, it's a relative
a total
term.
loss. Like, it was one thing when I started throwing up, and then once everybody else kind of followed suit, now I know this is like something very weird is going on.
Did you guys see the flies?
They were
You saw
all
the
over
flies
him.
too?
It was disgusting.
Oh man, I saw the same thing.
That's also very startling to Wayne, the fact that, I didn't just hallucinate the flies. You guys all saw the flies.
Yeah.
Could this be some kind of drug they had on, you feel, or you sort of apply through touch or something? It was crazy.
who had the, I know someone got this merit, and I believe it was you, Wayne, that had
Iron
that merit.
stomach?
No, yeah, right. I should have factored that in. This wasn't an iron stomach thing, but
No,
had
it's a
the
food thing.
had the merit common sense. Let me look up
okay.
common sense here.
I have
Let me
danger
find this up.
sense.
By the way, I'm gonna have you roll a common sense roll. So give me a wits plus composure. I'll give you a +1. All right, so you made it. Yeah, you're sitting there thinking as everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Understandably so, totally 100% understandably so. Since you were the first person to be like recover themselves, you're like, this probably does not look good right now. You know what I mean? And you look up and you see the house. You just see like some middle-aged mom like parting the curtains. You know, the house where you thought the old people were sitting in front of. She just kind of has a startled look that there's like a long-haired metalhead guy, a big 6-foot-tall Native American guy, and there's one just normal North Dakotan just like standing there like puked and sweaty.
On her lawn.
Yeah, on her lawn, and she's just kind of like, you see her shut the curtain real quick, and you assume that she's probably calling some of Michael's coworkers.
I'm going to call out, sorry,
Absolutely.
and like back away off of her lawn.
Michael, you're starting to, yeah, you're kind of like, oh shit, maybe this isn't the best
Let's
spot
get
to have
out
a
of here.
discussion.
This could be problematic. Let's just bail.
So as you guys jump in the Jeep and Che takes off, and how I don't know, would Che peel out, or would he be would he be too shook to drive, or how? Tell me, you explain to me, how do you think Che would drive leaving a scene like this? Would he be able to drive?
I think he would be able to. He might be a little reckless, trying to get away, and just kind of like, I need a cigarette. Fucking hell! What the fuck was that?
Before I turn the scene over to you guys are kind of like, right now, especially you, Michael, you're feeling like the wind, like the air, like hitting your body. You were just sweating like a ton. You know what I mean? You kind of feel like a chill kind of creep over, but you all like you guys all taste like the taste of bitter acid, vomit, bile in your mouth. Like your mouths are also kind of very dry from the shock of everything going on. And you feel, Che, like that dryness that you get like when you cry, and your skin, like, you know what I mean? Like dries up around your eyes and everything like that. It becomes taut. And you can feel that they're like around the corners of your eyes, like making your skin tight. So, all right, scene's on you guys. Go ahead.
I'm going to take a Marlboro from my jacket and give one to Che, and then I'm going to try to light one up myself, probably shaking like a leaf at this point. But
Hands all shaking as you're trying. I'll let you try to make a roll for it if you want to, man. It's your call.
what would I roll?
Well, let's say, and you guys can kick in if you have any ideas. I would say something like dexterity and athletics, maybe. What do you guys think about that?
Okay.
Verb.
Let's see if I can smoke this butt. All right. It's what would you say? Dexterity and athletics?
Yeah.
All right.
2-1. Yeah, you can't light it. You guys see
I just tossed it out the window. Forget it.
Yeah, you see him try to light the cigarette, and he just is like, "Fuck this, I can't do it," and he's just sitting there. All right, scene's on you guys. Go ahead. Yeah, hands too shaky. Exactly. All right, scene's on you guys. Go ahead.
What the fuck was that?
Where you?
As I'm driving.
What the fuck am I supposed to know? What the fuck was that? It's just crazy.
I'm just speechless.
You guys saw the old man and the old lady, right?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw them. I saw the flies. I saw everything. I'm all sweaty. I need a change of clothes. I'm really quick, fucking creeped out.
Really pause. He just said something that kind of maybe made you guys think like, oh yeah, I saw the flies and I saw everything else. Like you just saw flies. You know what I mean? So we might imply that he saw something that you guys didn't see. All right. So
flies alone is weird enough, though. I mean, that's still pretty out of the ordinary.
Oh yeah. No.
I think Che would be really stressed out at this point and just like hauling ass, not really paying attention to how fast he's going or anything like that. Just leaving, and he just trying not to freak out and just like, are you sure that that's the place? That is the right place? Are you positive that's where we needed to be?
Just a quick question, Chris. Would I have known about this house? Probably not. Only Michael remembers the house, right?
Yeah. Only okay. Michael remembers you guys riding by it on bikes after her going away party and seeing like this dude walking through. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I have no like familiarity with that. Sorry to interrupt.
You know, that's a good idea though. You bring up a very fucking good point, because I'm almost thinking like, Mike, would you have told these two about that memory, or did you not? And what would you think?
Yeah, definitely. Mike would have told him. Mike's a really upfront guy.
Okay, so that's a good point, and that's a theme that I want to touch upon this story is like character discovery, meaning like one person has a memory and you guys also, you know what I mean, in turn gaining from that. So I'm going to give you an option. Yeah, I'll let you guys roll wits composure roll +2, since like, you have Michael saying and all this shit happening, you know what I mean, to like jar memory loose from you guys. Like the same memory Mike had, you know what I mean?
While we're driving, I'm telling them that
all right.
I gotta be honest with you guys. Well, this is the craziest vision I've had during this whole chase. It's not the first.
What do you mean?
Well, I first thought it was just something strange. It wasn't like prolonged scenes or something like the thing that happened here. It was just like images flashing, something just that was 1 second there and then another gone.
I don't know how to react to that.
I just thought I was really stressed out. Just that was something, I don't know.
So I think Wayne definitely gets like kind of a chill, just sort of hearing that this isn't like the first like weird thing to happen like during all of this,
Yeah, and it also would also maybe explain why Alex is fucking passed out in some chicks, you know what I mean? Apartment right now, on her couch after having like a major bender,
Yeah,
and
it's starting
also,
to make more sense.
Yeah, and also you two with those roles now remember like riding along and having like Michael go, hey, look at this while you're kids, and kind of motion, and you guys kind of looked at your heads as you rolled by on your bikes across the street, seeing that blonde hair guy who had confronted Amanda walking into the house there. So, Michael, did you describe to them what the vision was, or are you just telling them you had a vision? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not describing it yet.
All right, scene's back on you guys. Go ahead.
What is it that you saw that freaked you out before?
Well, I guess, oh man, I really don't like to think back on it. Look,
look, we all just had something happen now, so I think you need to lay your cards on the table.
I know. Okay, I guess I'll tell you. So I guess I tell him all about the vision. What was it again? It was this face, wasn't it, Chris?
Yeah. I'll explain the vision. Basically, the vision was when they went to go talk to Ray, seeing Ray's face brought like this vision, both of him and Alex, but to like where a face came out of the blackness, and it was Ray's younger face. He's the other figure that was of the group, the three who was confronting Amanda. And so it was when he's younger, when he had like a full head of black hair, and he had like, very thick, what do they call his mutton chop handlebar mustache. And he had his eyes, his gray eyes were just very intense, pupils dilated, like scurrying back and forth, and just like blood just was splashed his face, and like the blood's dripping down, and like, which really like even more accentuates his like panicky gray eyes as like the blood like drips off his mustache hair and runs down his lip a little bit, but it's almost like that's what he saw, just a vision of that with the black backdrop there.
I thought I was just remembering some scary movie or something we've seen or something, but now I don't know. I really, really, really don't know.
Yeah, Wayne is definitely just at a loss for words, having never experienced any beyond, I don't even know if I would want to say supernatural at this point, but just like weirdness in that kind of way, and he doesn't even know like that with what he just saw, whether to if he can believe himself. And then hearing this story of Michael's vision is just kind of really sending it home.
Here's the thing too, that maybe Chay could think this way too with his Lakota background, but you too, especially Wayne, with your Christian upbringing by your father, you know what I mean? And one aspect we talked about your character, maybe may see this as a way of, I don't want to use the term redemption because I really don't think Wayne has anything to be redemptive for, but maybe in his eyes he does, you know what I mean? Like you said, the loss and all that stuff, but maybe, and I don't know, just an avenue that your character or you as a player can approach is maybe how he views this or interprets this, could maybe be due to his upbringing or whatever, just maybe some way for him later to rationalize and understand, like right at that moment, he's not going to be having deep philosophical thoughts of why he saw flies all over some dude's face in the house, but like just maybe it could be used for character growth or finding out more about how the character is and everything like that. That makes sense.
Yeah, like his dad definitely believed in evil, and maybe Wayne thought that might be like a little bit bullshit, but now it's kind of like, starting to hit home a little bit.
That wasn't friendly. Yeah, that wasn't friendly what you guys saw, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't bring out a sense of warmth and okay and all that jazz. Right now, Chay's driving, frankly, like a madman, I would almost say, like being reckless, you know what I mean? Trying to rationalize, trying to concentrate on the road. I'm going to have, and this seems like my go-to role, and I apologize, but I'm going to have you or Wayne and Michael do wits and composure roll +1, please, and let me know what your results are when you do it.
Okay, then. 3 successes.
What about you, Mr. Wayne? Wow, nice. All right. You both are realizing as you're starting to like calm down, you're looking at Chay, and you're almost seeing like Chay's introvertness come back a little bit. Like how he was when a kid, because you both, I mean, really honestly, you both as kids remember that Chay pretty much had a shitty fucking dad. I mean, I don't know if you, and not to bring up personal things or whatever, but I don't know if you had a friend or whatever who may have had a bad home, go to a home, or dealing with things like that. You're seeing like what you saw, how Chay handled that shit as a kid. You're seeing little, you know what I mean? Little signs of that at the moment. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew.
No, that's perfectly accurate. Yeah. He would kind of be a little bit more withdrawn at the moment, just like trying to process in his mind what he saw and figure out what just happened. He's so confused and panicked.
Yeah. And definitely, yeah. So you guys are realizing like, oh shit, he's kind of driving like a mad, maybe, you know what I mean? You guys are seeing like, if he keeps driving like this, something, we might get pulled over or something like, you know what I mean? A wreck or some shit,
Chay, why don't we pull over somewhere and, just take a couple of breaths of fresh air, just so, we don't get pulled over. That lady might have called the cops, and this would be just easier for us, I think.
Okay. He would kind of like be snapped back in to reality as you're saying this, like, oh shit. Okay. All right. You're right. And, just kind of pull over, turn off the truck and just kind of sit there for a moment and then just get out, start pacing.
I'm going to take a step out of the car too. Light a cigarette.
So that really happened, I guess, huh? I still can't believe it.
Staring blankly.
What the hell did you get me involved in?
I have no idea. I told you everything I know.
Can we talk to this New Yorker guy?
Yeah, sure. I have his phone number, or at least a number to his secretary he travels along.
I don't know. I just need to figure this out, because this is not.
I completely
It's not okay.
understand. I'm really not sure if I want to go through with this. No.
Wayne, your character right now, right, was excited for this because he felt like a sense of purpose, right? We discussed that before about Wayne feeling a sense of purpose. You're hearing these two men right now sounding like they're doubting themselves. Is he feeling the same way, or is he still? Does this even more empower him more? Like what he's doing is beyond the scope. You know, like how hearing these two talk like this about like having doubts right now, and how what is that making you feel like right now?
So Wayne can't really believe what just happened, but he's now starting to feel that maybe this wasn't just like chance that all this is starting to happen, and maybe there's I don't know if he believes in like like a greater purpose or something like that, but maybe this is like a greater purpose, like meeting up with these people from his past and hopefully
like
fixing. Yeah, exactly, like fixing something that it's just there's like no closure for, and he's surprised at himself because after facing that weirdness, he's kind of now just like sure that this is like something he needs to pursue more.
So it's like solidified it even more, like made it more concrete.
Absolutely.
All right. So I'm going to cut back to the scene to them, and you see these two kind of start having doubts. Go ahead, scenes on you guys. I just want to know what Wayne was thinking right now. So go ahead, you guys.
Yeah. Do you say anything about that?
Or
is it something you're keeping to yourself?
Not outright. I'll put my hand on Chayton's shoulder and I'll just say, hey, take it easy, buddy. We're still here, okay? We're okay. I won't come right out and say, like, oh, I think there's like a reason why we're all together right now. I won't lay that on the group,
I'll kind of take a deep breath and realize I still have that cigarette you handed me. Just light that, take a drag, and be like, you know what, you're right.
One of those things where it kind of goes unlit because you kind of just like forgot about it.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of like, you know what, you're right. Okay. It's just probably some kind of logical explanation, and we're just overreacting. Because now that we're away from the situation, we're able to kind of calm down, and we're not feeling that feeling anymore.
That adrenaline, right? It's like what you guys are doing right now is 100% rationalization, each in your own way. You know what I mean? Like right now, it's solidified. Wayne, you're like, hey, this perfect rational. You know what I mean? Like you're all like in your own heads. What's going on in Michael's head right now with this? Because I mean, this is a double whammy right now for Michael. Like where like,
yeah,
you thought, you're able to convince yourself the first one was just a fluke, and now you saw this. Is he having doubts or what?
Yeah, definitely doubts, but he's not sure how to deal with them. Like, what do I do now? So I guess the thing he's gonna say is, guys, I propose this. We each go home, do our own thing, process this, and we meet tomorrow, have a couple of beers, and see what we've come up with. You okay with it?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. What? You're a cop, right? Can't you just like check and see who lives there? Like, don't they have records?
I'll take a look into,
or who at least owns it. We can
into all these things.
Not go back and talk to whoever's the owner instead.
Yeah, but he might be several states away and with no phone number, and that's always an issue. But yeah, definitely. I'll go see what's up.
And you got that, and then you got the two names of the chick and her boyfriend also too. There.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So you got some fun stuff you guys can look into. Are you guys? I take it like you guys go back to the Denny's parking lot and you kind of each go your own way.
Yeah, I would drop them back off there where their cars are, and
get out of my Jeep.
No. It's more like I just need to just focus on doing something menial and not like more involved, so that way I can just kind of forget about what just happened.
Well, you do have work tonight, and you have enough time to go wash your ass and brush your teeth and head to work, So this is what we're going to do. We're going to kind of take how the rest of the evening goes for you three. And if we do get into whatever your path is next, or we could hit that the next session, we'll go to you next, Wayne. So you go back to what is Wayne doing? You tell me that. I don't want to like assume that I know what Wayne's doing.
Okay. So I'm going to pull up to the trailer park and, he's definitely just got too much running around in his head to just call it a night. And he's gonna knock on Bruce's door, see if maybe he wants to hang out for a little bit.
There's no need to knock because guess what? Bruce is already out there with a case of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
All right.
And he looks at you and he's like, man, you look like you had a time. And he's like, and he kind of like, you go sit down. He's like, hands you a beer. So I saw you last week, earlier on Sunday, looking like your hot date. Now you look like you fucking, like, she stood you up, dude. What's going on?
Bruce, have you ever experienced anything just so weird, just beyond rationalization?
You kind of see for a moment, like you see, like him, like almost like he's pondering and looking inward. He's like, well, sometimes I think that I hear my wife still when I like that moment where like, you know, you wake up and you're kind of like not sure if you're awake or if you're asleep or like if you're somewhere in between. And I swear sometimes I hear her calling me from the kitchen, telling me like to get my ass up. And then every time I get up and I make my way to the kitchen, she ain't there, man. And like, I swear each time that happens, there's like a little part of me that like has a hope that like this would be the time that she'll be there waiting for me. And every time I go in there, all that's left is fucking the mess that was in the night before. And he pats the beer on the side and this shit.
I'm just going to take a sip of the beer, say, I'm sorry, bud.
You know, such is life, man. Such is life. We all, this is why we do this, to remember them. You know what I mean? If we can't enjoy our lives, then what's the point of living, you know? And I think it would be disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't sit here and enjoy the rest of my life doing what I want to do, that's going to make Martha, like, unhappy. It's going to make the fact that, like, I'm wasting a gift that I was still given. You know, that she doesn't have. And I'm sure if that old hag is in heaven looking down and saw I was here being miserable and fucking hating my life, then I would be doing her a disservice, you know? Do you believe in that stuff? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes the best way to remember someone is to do something for them that they may see.
Wayne definitely like hits a note with Wayne, and he just nods and says, yeah, I get that.
And that's what I try to do, man. That's what I try to do. You know, and I know. And would you say you told Wayne? Would you say you told Bruce about your brother and your dad? Or
Definitely
was that
not.
Okay, gotcha. You know, he's like, that's all you got to do sometimes, man. And so every time that I hear, and I swear I think it's her. I don't think it's my head or anything. But every time I hear, it's just a reminder, like, man, when you start feeling bad for yourself, you start fucking thinking like you just want to stop and give up, just fucking keep on doing what you want to do, man. You know, these motherfucking those richity folks over there on the north side, they may think that like I'm a piece of shit. Maybe I am a piece of shit. Maybe I'm just fucking poor old North Dakota white trash. But I'm sitting here and I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm going to go inside there. I'm going to watch my shows. And then I might even go rent me a movie, one of those VHS movies, and bring it back and watch me a movie. But I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to smile. I'm going to still get my fucking check in the mail on the 1st and the 15th. And ain't shit going to change about that till it's time for me to join Martha again. So I guess that's the closest. That answers your question, man. Why the fuck you getting all depressing on me and shit too? Give me a goddamn cigarette, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand him a cigarette and light one up myself, and I'm just gonna say, yeah, you know, it's nothing, just something weird that happened today.
What happened? You want to talk about it? You don't talk much, man. So tell me.
You know, it's really nothing. But yeah, like so, like what Bruce said before, that like really. Like it's kind of comforting to Wayne, and like he was kind of just thinking like Bruce was this guy with like zero depth at all, and he's actually pretty surprised that like you know, and it's somebody he usually doesn't like seek out to talk to, so he's kind of just like, wow, that actually helps. So
what's the saying? A broken clock's at least right twice a day, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Everyone has their moments, you know what I mean?
We can say probably thank him for the beer and maybe head in after a bit or something.
Just spend your time trying to drown out what happened, watching TV and just falling into that comfortable rhythm. Or not Absolutely. Too comfortable, but that rhythm that you found yourself, kind of that tide that you found yourself drawn into. All right. I can dig that. All right. Let's try Mr. Che again. So you get off work. You would you say you're able to drive somewhat normally now that like you're starting to rationalize it? I think
after just kind of go back to work, just do the menial task, mopping floors, cleaning toilets, you know, what he does. I think that after after having the chance to kind of just focus himself, he's going to have more resolve, you know? Kind of looking at it like, yeah, that was weird, but it was something that we all shared. There's some kind of connection there, you know?
It was like a bonding moment.
Yeah, in a weird kind of way. Yeah, in a weird kind of way. It was kind of like a bonding moment. And so kind of looking at this as reinforcing his curiosity after the fact. You know, it freaked him out at first, but now it's like, well, now what's actually going on? You know, they're talking about Satanism. What's happening? So after work and everything, he's going to be ready to like call him up, be like, so did you find anything?
Nice. Now, when you let's backtrack a little bit. Like when you're walking like that walk we were talking about to work, and you see fucking Sydney standing there, or sitting there again in his normal spot, trying to act like Mr. Cultured. What are your mannerisms walking in, like to an outsider would be? How would you imagine, like if you were sitting there and you saw Che walking up? What would Che look like? What would his mannerisms be? Would he look
opposite
like
of
stressed?
his normal? Yeah, opposite of normal. So he would normally be more like standing up tall, straight, and just has a kind of magnitude of personality. People notice him. But this would be the opposite of that, kind of going back into himself, like I said before, where he'd be just kind of like shoulders are hunched down. He's looking down at the ground, just not really paying attention to the world around him. Just like, I'm going up here, I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to shut everything else out.
Gotcha. That. So as you're walking by, you hear Sydney go, hey, fellow, you okay, man? Because you almost like walk by without even acknowledging him.
Right. Just kind of, oh, yeah, I'm fine. I just had a weird day.
You need to talk, or we could talk later, man. If you need to, I'll be around here till you get off. You need to take a break. You can come out here and sit on these steps here with me and look at this clear sky, and you see a motion up, and you see that the stars are actually pretty bright at this night, because winter's coming, so it's almost got that like magnifying sense to the stars, and the sky out there.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take you up on that beer if you're up for it.
Yeah, I got a sixer. In my office. Let me go grab it, and we'll out here. We'll break some laws right in front of the man. How about that? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you work for a couple hours, and you got your your 15, 20-minute break. And you really, all honesty, you could take a 30, 40 fucking minute break because you're a hard worker. And you and the security guard, even though you guys aren't like on a talking basis, you kind of have a silent, like, mutual respect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't give a shit if you go out there and smoke, and you don't give a shit if he's sitting there reading People magazine and reading the new Stephen King book or something like that. You come out a couple hours later and you see there's a 6-pack of Milwaukee or Coors Light sitting there, and he kind of motions to one of the steps, because there's about like 20. You know what I mean? It's like 20 steps that like get up to where you walk into the entrance. And he like rips one off the little binding thing and hands it to you, and what's got you all spun up, man? And he clicks it, and he's like drinking a Coors Light. Then he takes like a puff of his pipe, like totally not like trying to look like one hand, like what do they call it? What was that show where the guy like sat in a smoking jacket and would read like classic tales? Some theater, Masterpiece Theater.
Yeah,
Masterpiece Theaters, and he's like, Coors Light.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
I'll just kind of sit down on the steps there next to him and just kind of take a deep breath and take a swig first before I say anything at all.
So what's got you all worked up, young man? What's going on here?
I met up with some old friends, people I haven't seen in years since I was a kid, and we kind of just
like before the reservation.
Yeah, and it was a rough day. You remember anything about about 10 years ago, that girl Amanda Porter?
Yeah.
She was murdered.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing something. She lived just right down, and he motions towards like 4th Street. Her parents live right down there. She's the one who was in, what was it, Berkeley or Stanford or something like that. Went over there and newlywed, and she died.
Well,
murdered or something like that.
I knew her back then. I was part of the camp that she was a counselor for, and I met up with some of the guys with some of the other kids who were in that group, and we just kind of had a really stressful day. So,
Was it just reliving memories with her, or just kind of remembering her and what the impact it had on your life, or what?
Well, something like that. There's some reporter or something. He wants to write a book about it, and it brings up a lot to think about those days.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting. And he kind of just adjusts himself, takes a drag, and he's like, I can't say that I've had much life experiences outside of the Bismarck area here. One of the reasons I like to read a lot, frankly, is because I find that helps me escape. And I feel that I can learn lessons there. But I think the most important lessons that you can learn in life are probably the ones that you learn the hardest and in the real way. And it sounds like that. I mean, did you and this Amanda chick, would I be wrong in assuming that this Amanda had a positive impact on your life if it's her death is still affecting you this way? It wasn't just a casual relationship. I take it you were close to her?
Well, yeah. Before my grandparents, she was the rock,
Well, I would say, while I understand it hurts and the pain is very real of reliving her loss, I would say that what would make her happiest if she was trying to have a positive impact, you return that. You pay that back with interest to this world, to society, and her memory and her name. So for all that pain that you feel right now, which I'm sure is bad, channel that and try to have impact on this world that she had on you.
You know what, Sydney? You're right. Thank you.
Hey, I'm right once in a while. He kind of just takes a thing of his pipe and rubs his tweed elbows to show off he has patches on his tweed jacket. He's like, you're young, you have plenty of time to do it too, so don't beat yourself up about it too much. I think you might want to get back in there with only having one of these in your system, or Johnny Law in there might bust you down. He kind of motions. You see the guy just feet propped up on his desk, turning the People magazine page.
I'll give him a smirk and I'll follow his advice this time.
All right. Cool beans. All right. So Michael, you get, what are you doing after you get in your car?
Yeah. First thing, Mike, I am going to get a shower. From all that sweat and get a change.
Colgate.
Yeah. Try to make myself feel clean again after the whole experience.
As you get out of the shower, you still got you wipe the steam off the mirror. You kind of have this moment where you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and it's and I'm not going to lie, guys, and I'm sure everyone's experienced this at one point in their life. If you haven't, then I'm sure you will, where you're dealing with some difficulty. And sometimes I find this to be, at least with me, sometimes one of the most empowering things is if I get out of the shower or something like that, with my other hobby where I've had a rough day at it or whatever, I'll get out of the shower after practice and I'll look in the mirror and I'll just give myself a pep talk. You know what I mean? I'll get eye contact with myself and be like, I'm a badass motherfucker. Now, I'm not saying I walk around saying that, but in my head, you know what I mean? At that moment, it's the biggest reaffirming thing is looking at yourself and seeing that I'm still here. I'm still who I am, and nothing fundamentally is going to change that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And at that moment when you have that moment, and they're not saying it's you're standing there doing a Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, or anything like that. But you're you have that moment where you see yourself and you brush your teeth and you go back with your routine. And when you go, you still have the towel wrapped around your waist and you're going towards your room. You kind of look in and your living room of your apartment. You see the flashing red light of an answering machine on there at that moment. I don't know if you choose to listen to it at that moment or if you decide to.
Mike's going to go for a run first.
Okay. Nice. So he goes, he doesn't even want to hear that shit. He's I'm focusing on and for all those who don't know, this is how Mike channeled his anger. Mike's dad was stabbed in a bar fight. His mom was too busy working to raise him. She had good intentions. You know what I mean? Had very bad anger, bully issues. And one of the ways that he started to overcome that was through physical track and stuff like that. And so, that's why I take it he's running. Am I correct in that assertion there?
Yep. Yeah.
All
it's
right.
a sort of life affirming thing for him.
It's very primal, man. I like to run, by the way. And I find if you run Like if I run 5 or more miles, you just kind of lose yourself. You're like, your mind takes over, and it's almost like you're not even thinking of the physical after a moment. So that's very good. That's cool. When you get back in from running, like I'd say like 4 or 5 miles probably, you'll open your apartment door and you're greeted by like the blinky red light again.
Yeah. And afterwards I'm all pumped, from all that running. So yeah, I'm going to tackle this head on.
You hit the play button, and it's actually your mom. A warm, comforting voice of your mom. And she said, "Hey, Michael, I haven't talked to you in a couple of days. I know you're probably busy doing what you do. I just want to say again how proud I am of you, and how when I told you last time you were over, how you reminded me of the good side of your father and the strength and determination that he had. I hope you remember that with whatever challenges are facing you, and I hope everything's going good for you. Don't worry about me. I know you're worrying about me. I'm fine. I survived before you. Don't worry. And good luck in what you're doing." And she's like, "I love you." And you hear like the phone hang up.
Hello, folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded, one which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, we have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there.